So today we'll be talking about Ehud. Now, most of you probably don't know who Ehud is, because he's not really one of those big Bible story people like David, or Samson, or Joseph. So basically, we'll say this is Ehud. Ehud, he's a pretty cool guy. He's chill, he's normal, except for the fact that he's left-handed. And in olden times, left-handed wasn't really a good thing. So let's have a quick historical overview. Right now, Israel is being controlled by a country called Moab, and that country is ruled by a king called King Eglon. Well, he's evil supposedly. So God, he goes to Ehud and tells him that he has to kill King Eglon. And believe me, it's not really an easy job. And Ehud thinks that really it's not for him. So Ehud really wasn't any Superman. He was left-handed, and all his life he believed that he was weird, insecure, and different because he was left-handed. But then he really didn't have the confidence to do what he really needed to do. But then God still persisted and said that he has to go because it's the only way that his plan would work. So let's have a little modern depiction of King Eglon. Now imagine this guy sitting in a chair, but it's about 30 times fatter. No offense, King Eglon, but that king was big, fat, lazy, and greedy, and he was a king. So God, he gives control to every single king, right? And he wasn't satisfied with his behavior, so he only gave him temporary control. So God told Ehud to kill King Eglon, right? Ehud walks in and tells King Eglon that he has a message from God. So Eglon, being a religious guy, says, okay, but the guards check for a weapon first. But what they don't do is check for the side that actually has a weapon. And because he's a left-handed, they didn't know. So that is why God wanted a lefty to kill King Eglon. So anyways, Ehud walks up to the king and says, God has a message for you. And basically takes out his knife and stabs him. So the guards don't suspect anything because they think King Eglon is just relieving himself. Because first of all, King Eglon was a very fat man, and they weren't surprised that King Eglon would have been relieving himself. But then by the time they went inside to check on King Eglon, Ehud was out of the place and get ready to start a revolt against the country of Moab. So basically right now, the knife gets stuck in King Eglon's fat, and nobody can pull it out because the fat closed over the knife. So right now, you might be asking, what's the point of all this? So Ehud kills the king. He was used by God to deliver Israel. Didn't God use David, Samson, and Moses to do the same thing? Really? Who cares? Well, you should care. Because in the Bible, God continuously tells us that He loves us, and He set us apart, and He has a perfect plan for us. Sometimes, we can't forget that, and we think we're different and weird. So, the crowd might look one way, and we might be weird, we might be different colored, we might be different. A lot of times, if we're different, we think that we are weird. We feel confused. We feel jealous. And feel insecure. But God created us all differently so He can fulfill the perfect plan that He has for our life. If He didn't make us different, we would all be fulfilling the same perfect plan, which wouldn't really be special. And after all Bible stories are redemptive. If any of you feel that you're insecure or different, you don't fit in, it's okay, because God, He doesn't care. Because He knows the plans that He has for you, and those plans will prosper you and not harm you. Those plans, they will give you a hope and a great future.